distinguished colleagues, this is a stand in collaboration with We the People, Enough is Enough Protest Coalition, that has called a very important press briefing that will be discussed inter alia. August 16, 2025. Today, the Enough is Enough Protest Coalition, led by the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day, or STAN, and We the People movement, is making an important announcement regarding the state of human rights, governance, and democracy in Liberia. We welcome the U.S. State Department's 2024 country report on human rights practices in Liberia, which confirms what Liberians already know: persistent human rights abuses under the Morlue arrangement, entrenched corruption, and systemic violations of fundamental freedoms, and of course, unabated lawlessness that continues to be permeated under the Joseph Morlue government. This report delivers a damning verdict, establishing that nothing has changed during the first year of Joseph Morlue's so-called rescue agenda. And this verdict is not merely a policy failure, but constitutes a moral indictment of a government that has failed to break Liberia's entrenched culture of impunity. Consider the realities on the ground today. While hospitals are in collapse, prices are climbing, and citizens struggling to survive, the president has reportedly spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on a 23 to 40 man person delegation, or 40 person delegation, to Japan. This is the same leader who once condemned wasteful foreign travel. And while Liberians are suffering, the Joseph Morlue administration indulges in reckless expenditures overseas, returning with no jobs, no trade, and no meaningful investment for the country or our business environment. President Morlue's refusal to use his retirement job to prioritize the needs of the people leads us to agree with the U.S. State Department report, which confirms that there has been no significant changes in the first 1 year of the Joseph Morlue administration, thus suggesting that Liberia remains trapped in a cycle of waste, arrogance, and disregard for the Liberian people. The report also singles out the Liberian National Police under Gregory Coleman for grave human rights violations, which is why we at STAN have been demanding the immediate dismissal of Mr. Coleman to restore credibility and public trust in the LNP as a law enforcement body. We all agree that under Morlue's leadership, impunity is growing, abuse is rising, and ordinary Liberian citizens remain unprotected. Violations are fast spreading everywhere, and these violations, which are revealed by the U.S. State Department report, include extrajudicial killings, arbitrary arrests, prolonged detentions without trial, intimidation and censorship of the free press, torture, inhumane treatment, rampant gender-based violence, female genital mutilation, and systematic discrimination against the girl child. These actions violate Chapter 6 or Article 6 and 7 of the ICCPR, Articles 4, 5, 6, and 9 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, and Articles 11, 15, and 20 of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, all of which guarantees life, liberty, due process, freedom of expression, and human dignity. Such violations are unlawful and constitute an assault on justice, democracy, and humanity itself. Furthermore, alarming allegations from senior officials of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, LDEA, and the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, RNCHR, suggest that government officials are involved in Liberia's tragic drug trade. These contradictions demand urgent, transparent, and internationally monitored investigations in line with Liberia's obligations under the UN Convention Against Corruption and also against ECOWAS's various protocols. Given this state of affairs of our country, and given that the Barker administration's refusal to respond to the July 17 Enough is Enough petition, the grave human rights violations documented in the U.S. report, mounting economic hardships, and Barker's rejection of the 13-count petition submitted or announced, which was signed by the President's office on July 17, the Enough is Enough non-violent coalition of the willing. On that July 17, the December 17 protesters will assemble right at the perimeters of the executive mansion, which is public and must always be accessible to peaceful citizens. Any attempt to block or intimidate peaceful protesters on December 17 will simply fail and shall prove futile. Excessive or violent security forces are warned. This process will not bow, will not break, will not bend until the Barker government leads or leaves on December 17, 2025. A 15-member Citizens Engagement Board, or CEB, representing all counties, has been established to coordinate this process. Over the next 30 days, the CEB, or the Citizens Engagement Board, will consult Liberians nationwide, including traditional and religious leaders, civil society and student representatives, political parties, media professionals, security actors, and vulnerable groupings. A formal report after this process will be submitted to us, the organizing body, which will guide the momentum and the activities to December 17th's not-violent revolution. Leading up to December 17th, the protest coalition, or this protest coalition, will initiate targeted non-violent actions, which may be repeated as often as possible. And these activities are determined to exert relentless pressure on governing authorities. These actions will remain peaceful, but deliberately disruptive functions to ensure fundamental compliance with basic freedoms and basic democratic norms, and to ensure that those freedoms and norms are fully upheld and protected or respected within the confines of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. While we make this announcement public and prepare Liberians for a bigger, much determined, and overwhelming, peaceful showdown on December 17, we send a clear message that we stand committed to the people of Liberia and to the principles of justice, democracy, and human dignity. And we are fearless to the end. We are ready. We are ready for the final showdown on December 17, and we will not retreat, regardless of the exacerbated threats that may come. State-run or state-sponsored security agencies. We will not retreat. We will never compromise the fight, and we will never surrender. Thank you.
So folks, thanks for